every time my clients do my 24-hour identity shift process, they manifest what they had desired. It could be the job they wanted, an aligned partner, unexpected cash, and if they felt stuck somewhere, ideas would begin to flow, or the right people and opportunities just show up. Now, for over 35 years, I have given this process to my clients whenever they needed a major shift or a reset to actually get things moving in areas where they feel stuck or lost. In today's video, I want to share with you the exact 6 steps to my 24-hour identity shift process and how you could use it and see immediate changes in your life. And when I say immediate, I mean immediate. You can literally see those changes within the first 24 hours if you're actually doing it right. Now, the moot point is doing it right. You must drop all resistance to change. So begin by watching the entire video and follow along. Make notes and implement the entire process as I lay it out. If you do it with a lack of belief, or do a few steps here or there, or not at all, of course you will not see any results. Now, this process works. So if you truly desire something in your life, then let's get into it. Now, before we get into the steps and process, let's understand and totally align with the idea of identity shifting. According to Vedic teachings, there are an infinite number of you, meaning every version of you conceivable, every permutation, combination of you exists within the universal matrix. Now, currently, the life that you are living is but one version of the immense possibilities. I find this so incredibly empowering because it gives you the ability to change and manifest your desires and dreams. Now, look at yourself and your current life and the situation. The money, the job, the business you have, the family you were born into and the issues around that, your education, your parental, sibling, partner, friendship, and working relationships, where you live, what you do for fun, and every other aspect of your life. Now think about all the I wish thoughts you have had and the unfulfilled desires that you have had daydreams about for years. Each and every wish lives within a new identity, and you can bring that forth and imbibe it at will. Now, isn't that fabulous? And yes, it is definitely that easy. To illustrate this, let me tell you about Susan, my client, who came to me with certain health conditions that the doctor had said were incurable. As we were going through her healing process, I realized that she hated living in Canada because of the winters. Even though she was a third-generation Canadian, the winters had begun to depress her. Because of the long, cold, dark days, months on end, her negative emotions had begun to settle into her body, creating arthritis and other issues that were affecting her mobility too. Now, Susan dreamt of living in a warm country, walking on the warm, soft sand on the beach, gardening the year round, and maybe opening a bread and breakfast for a quieter life, far away from her high-pressure corporate job. But she did not think that was possible for her. She gave herself and me every reason as to why moving was not within her reach. She had a successful career, but was beginning to feel stagnant and unfulfilled recently. She wanted to slow down and do more creative things, but her fear was such a move would hurt her financially. So I began working with her on the identity shift process. It was easy to outline her new life. And interestingly, within 2 weeks, her friend from Spain invited her to visit. And she wrote to me from there, I found my home, Ajita. And within 6 months, she made the move. She bought an old broken down church, fixed it up, and now she has a lovely retreat space. She's making more money than she ever did while having fun and also having the time to enjoy what she had created. Needless to say, her health is back to normal and she feels happy and fulfilled. Now, Susan uses this exact process seamlessly to achieve all of her dreams. And this is possible and available to anyone. You must first stop living inside of your problems and see and feel that the world is open to you, in spite of what seemingly may be holding you back. Get ready to become a different person in the next 24 hours. All the universe is waiting for is a wink from you. These are the exact steps that even I follow every time I want to create a shift in my life and get anything I desire quickly and effortlessly. Now, before we dive into the steps, I want to make a suggestion. Don't tell anyone you are beginning this identity shifting process. Not because you want to hide it from them, but because often the best meaning people in your life sabotage your efforts because they don't understand or approve of what you might be wanting to achieve. If your desires are bubbling up and surfacing within you, then they are meant for you. And please follow through. Have you ever seen a kid play the role of a teacher, a doctor, or pretend to fly like Spider-Man, or embody Wonder Woman? Now they embody these characters, and no one can tell them that they are not that persona. So the first and most important step is clarity, the big picture clarity. When you put out muddled or even changing signals, the universe also gets confused and does not know what to grant you as your requests keep changing. And then you don't manifest, and then you end up thinking that you're unlucky or maybe even that God hates you. Now, clarity is imperative in successfully shifting your identity. You must know with certainty who you want to be and why. Writing it down is also very important because when you keep things in your head, there are so many other wants that are just floating about, and then they may all clash. Step 2 is awareness. And I say, God is in the details. Now we have established that what you don't know, you cannot change. And if you want to shift your identity without clarity, then it will never happen. It will remain an unfulfilled wish forever. But before you tackle the big picture, the money, the job, the relationships, you must look at the underlying factors that kept you from receiving your desires in the first place. Now think about why you clicked on this video. What feels stuck in your life? What feels like you've just been doing on repeat over and over again? One of the big reasons why you stay stuck, and I talk about it in my programs, is lack of self-awareness. Every time you find yourself in a difficult situation or have reactions that are out of proportion, or you judge, or you feel like a victim, you blame others for your problems, have fears, overthink, then just stop. Name the emotions and thoughts. And this is a very powerful first step to change. Once you have identified your triggers, emotions, behaviors, and attitudes, identify which ones and how much you want to change. Make sure the new identity you want to shift into has the emotions, the behaviors, beliefs, and attitudes that you want to move forward with. Then look at how you show up at work, with your friends and family, how you dress, speak, and what kind of a leader you are. Again, figure out what you want to change and how you want to be going forward. Now, if it helps, identify some famous personalities that you admire and begin by emulating them. Once you have done all of this inner work, then practice this honestly for 24 hours. And you will have shifted enough that you will want to model that personality and identity more and more. Step 3 is stepping into alignment. Now, as you clarify and write down what identity you want to adopt, your body and your soul will tell you how achievable your plan is at this moment for you. And so it is very important to be realistic to succeed. Now, let's say you're earning $50K per year and you decide that you want to earn $1 million a year. Now, that is a massive leap and unrealistic when you are just starting out to shift out of your current reality and identity. Now, what your mind and body and your subconscious cannot believe, you will never receive. So scale down your desires into bite-sized chunks and begin with aspiring for 100K. Double your income. Now see how you feel when you write this down. Be aware of the sensations in your body. They are speaking to you. Maybe you want to lose weight from 250 pounds to 120 pounds. Better to shift your identity in increments of 50 pounds, not more, not all of it in one chunk. Don't imagine a massive mansion if you live in a small condo. Think about getting a 2 to 3 bedroom house first. The issue is not that the identity shifts are not possible, but the bigger the reward, the longer it takes. And in the meantime, you might think that the process is not working and you would give up. Now, step 4 is to model the new identity that you have identified. Dress, behave, talk like your new identity as much as possible. And aspects that you cannot model in real life, like driving your desired car, then you can do that in your mind. Embody the role and the personality completely. If you aspire for business success, then see yourself in the right clothes, cars, office, home, befitting that identity. Now, if you potter around the house in sweatpants, no makeup, disheveled hair, especially if you work from home, and maybe you have young children, or you feel stuck and unhappy, isolated, heartbroken, and you stay in those feelings, and you have stopped loving yourself, and you have no self-care, then please get out of that funk. To begin this identity shift, also choose a day when you have free space in your mind and in your day. Let it not be the day you have an important exam or an important job interview, or when you have the responsibility to bake cookies for your kids and then you have to do the school run. Begin when your mind is calm and you have space to adopt your new identity for a full 24 hours. Now, step 5 is a big one, and it's a hard one for most people. It is to surrender and to detach from the process. Don't constantly expect that things are going to happen. Just be present in the role play. That's how you shift. But if you expect that your rewards will show up in your reality immediately, then the process will not work for you. Just surrender and don't have any expectations. Don't try to control the outcome and don't assume that things are going to happen in a certain way or they're going to show up in a way that you want them to. Your focus should be to remain on the identity, and that's all. Now, step 6 is my favorite. It is just have fun in the process. Begin living the life that you dream. Start doing the things that you have ignored. Get out of procrastination or laziness. Now, commit to this 24-hour identity shift process and just do it and have fun in the role play. Soon you will feel different. Then you will experience the actual shift. Your reality will begin to reflect new people, new opportunities, new ideas, more flow, and a better emotional state. Now your old identity will have fallen behind and you will have embodied the new identity. Now let me know in the comments if you are going to try this out, and also let me know what type of identity or character or role you are going to step into. Subscribe and follow for more transformational content. And if you haven't watched this video, then make sure you watch it next. See you soon and take good care in the meantime.